Hey guys, Nuzzle here and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about Hercule Satan from Dragon Ball Z versus King from One Punch Man versus Gilderoy Lockhart from Harry Potter versus Reigen Arakata from Mob Psycho 100. If you're going to enjoy this video and want to see more 4-way matchups like this, then make sure to like and subscribe and let's just get on with it. When it comes to strength attack potency for Hercule Satan, he's capable of cutting through 14 stone tiles with a single karate chop, which would require a drill amount of equal to 600,000 joules, or enough to completely destroy walls. As for King, meanwhile, there's no, feats for him, and he's just implied to be a regular person. As for Reigen Arakata, he's capable of one-shotting people with certain moves, meaning that he should be peak human to athlete level, possibly street level if you think that him being able to knock out people in one attack is that level of power. As for Gilderoy Lockhart, we don't really know how strong he is physically, however he should be at least somewhat comparable to Harry Potter, and considering at this point, Harry Potter is pretty much a child and Gilderoy Lockhart's a full-grown man. Harry Potter is capable of deflecting a bulger, which can very easily fly through walls, and the way in which he's able to do so would require a joule amount of equal to 150,000 joules, or enough to destroy walls, meaning that it would go Hercule Satan as the physically strongest, then Gilderoy Lockhart, then Reigen, then King. As for speed, then Hercule Satan is easily able to outpace missiles, which travel about 15,000 miles per hour. As for King, meanwhile, there's nothing really to suggest he isn't above the average human levels in terms of speed. With Reigen Arakata, it is a bit unknown where his speed would be. He has taken up cross-country before, so you can argue that he is around the athletic human levels of speed. However, we don't really know. As for Gilderoy Lockhart, he should be somewhat comparable to Harry Potter, who's capable of reacting to things flying at him while he's flying on the firebolt, which travels at 150 miles per hour, meaning that Hercule Satan would be leagues faster than everyone else, followed closely by, or not closely, just followed by Gilderoy Lockhart, and then it's realistically a tie between Reigen and King. However, if I had to pick one to be faster, I would be picking Reigen. When it comes to durability, Hercule Satan was capable of taking an attack which sent him flying into a mountain by Cell, who, by the way, was holding back immensely if I didn't need to point that out already, which would require his durability to be equal to 30,000 joules, or also wall level. As for durability for King, and again, there's no evidence for him being much higher than being baseline human level in terms of durability. As for Reigen, he was capable of being thrown into the ground by Mogami, who again, like Cell, was holding back, making a small crater, which would equal durability upwards of 1 million joules. Granted, this did incapacitate Reigen, but he was able to get up after a short amount of time, meaning that this should scale to his durability. As for Gilderoy Lockhart, he should scale to Harry Potter in terms of durability, who is able to take hits from bludgers, meaning that his durability should scale to his attack potency, which is further backed up when he takes attacks from Harry Potter within the books, meaning that Reigen is the most durable here, followed by Hercule Satan, then Gilderoy Lockhart, and then King and dead last. For the abilities, weaponry, and techniques of Hercule Satan, he is a very skilled martial artist, has social influencing, and has pretty high luck. As for King, he also has social influencing and arguably has the highest amount of luck on everyone on this list, because while, Hercule, Reigen, and Gilderoy are pretty supernaturally lucky, King is the only one who outright does not have anything going for him, as we'll get to in the conclusion, so arguably he does have the highest luck. As for Reigen Arakata, he is skilled in hand-to-hand combat, he has extrasensory perception, being able to see spirits, he has sleep manipulation with cursed perfume, he has social influencing, and also has salt on him at all times. Gilderoy Lockhart has insane charisma, bone manipulation, biological manipulation, and pain dampening, as he was capable of turning Harry's bones into nothing while trying to heal it, making him feel no pain. He also has memory manipulation, as he is able to erase memories, so I think it's pretty safe to say that Gilderoy Lockhart has the most insane abilities out of all of them, followed by Reigen, then Hercule, then King. However, again, we can argue that King does have the highest luck. In terms of versatility, it goes again as such with Gilderoy, Reigen, Hercule, and King, and none of them really have any weapons besides Gilderoy having a wand and Reigen having salt, if you can consider that one, so they would just both take the weapons point. As for weaknesses, Hercule Satan tends to underestimate his opponents if he doesn't believe they have superpowers. As for King, his weaknesses lie in the fact that he has no real fighting skill or experience. As for Reigen, meanwhile, he cannot really reason with anyone with a childlike personality or basis for their actions, and typically that's how he tends to solve like confrontations, just by talking to people. And again, if they don't really have that mentality or basis for their actions, then he can't really do that. As for Gilderoy Lockhart, he is arguably the person on this list who is the most full of himself, is the most idiotic, and will get himself into problems they can't solve. As, you know, at least, like, again, Hercule Satan is a martial artist, for example. At least, like, Reigen has people around him that have psychic powers, but, you know, King doesn't really get himself into situations on purpose which will, like, hurt him, basically, compared to Gilderoy, who will just do that. He also isn't that good with spells. He is very proficient in his ability to erase his, like, opponent's memories, as that's what he's been doing the whole time, but his whole, like, turning Harry's bones into nothing was completely by accident, and I don't think he knows how to do that, like, reliably. So in terms of who has the worst weakness, I think it's clear that Gilderoy has the worst one, then King, then it's probably Reigen, and then Hercule. I mean, Reigen and Hercule don't really have any exploitable weaknesses when it comes to pure fighting. So overall, who wins the fight? If we've gathered from this that Hercule Satan is the strongest and fastest, and also least vulnerable, tied with Reigen. Reigen is the most durable, meanwhile Gilderoy Lockhart has the best weapons, most versatility, and has the best abilities. So, who wins? If we're talking about this as a realistic crossover, realistically this fight wouldn't happen, because all of them would be aware of everyone else's, like, persona as the strongest in their verse, and would not want to fight him, especially Hercule, who's known for running away from people who are stronger than him. Reigen, especially with his ability to influence people, even more so than everybody else there, the fight probably wouldn't happen. But if we're talking about who is going to win in a pure fight, and they're going to fight no matter what, then it's a bit of a debate, to be fair. King is definitely very out of his depth. However, as we said, he has definitely got the most amount of luck there. However, considering the fact that all of them have some level of supernatural luck, then there's no, like, objective way to say that King would be able to win. Reigen has the ability to be able to put Hercule, Gilderoy, and King to sleep, even if he's not powerful enough to take them down, meaning that he could win that way. And using his, like, superior durability to everyone, he could win that way, especially. Gilderoy Lockhart, while he wouldn't really be able to turn everyone else's bones into nothing, like, on command, he is very skilled in the ability to erase people's memories, so all he has to do is get that off once, and then, you know, he's beaten all of them. But, of course, by far the person that's most likely to win is Hercule Satan, simply because he is just way faster than everyone else there, and also just the physically strongest. In fact, the only person here that's capable of taking attacks from Hercule is Reigen himself, and not only is Reigen much slower than Hercule, and he is just less skilled in hand-to-hand combat, even if he is the second best here in terms of pure hand-to-hand skill. So overall, I'd say that Hercule would win. Whoever comes second is definitely between Reigen and Gilderoy, if that isn't already obvious. It's probably Gilderoy that comes second, because he is just more likely to use Obliviate, the, you know, memory erasing spell, especially given his you know, higher speed. And then Reigen would come in a close third, and then King would come in last. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.